Hello. Hi, it's been a while. I am going to be talking about some new policies, and I'm also going to be talking about the reactions from different provinces. And well, it's actually policies that have to do with Canada news. So, some of the new policies and reactions on international students precisely is what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to start with New Brunswick. So let me quickly give you background of my video. Each province is autonomous to itself in Canada. So now the new policy that affects international students, different policies that affected international students recently. So different provinces are also reacting in different ways. The issue of the number of international students that were given study permit for 2023 is about 900,000, and this year it was capped for 360,000. And then different reactions now are coming up from different provinces. Each province has rights to tell us whether they're going to accept the new policy or not. It's not like our host country, Nigeria, where people can just wake up in the morning and bring out new policies and they force it down the throat of the masses or the legislature. But here, people have rights to react in different ways. Okay? So now, let us start from New Brunswick. New Brunswick is not in support of the new policies because accommodation is not a problem in New Brunswick. So this reaction now, I think, is targeted towards the cry of. Let me start with the policy that was made recently by the Minister for Education, the accommodation problem, blah blah blah. They don't think they can take the number of international students they have been bringing into Canada. Here, let me tell you, I don't think the problem that Canada is being faced with when it comes to accommodation or what have you, it should be targeted on international students alone. So if somewhere like Toronto is congested or Ontario, it's not the entire Ontario. I am speaking from Thunder Bay now. Thunder Bay is not congested. It's not like Ontario. I went around the city. They have only one African store where you can buy African food. They also have one African restaurant. And there's a lot of jobs for health workers and what have you. The daycare in the city, there are few. So there's still like chances for people to come here, settle here, start up your life. I don't think accommodation is as expensive as it is in Canada. Beautiful houses, nice apartments, going for 500, 700, highest 850. Depends on the area where you are getting it. So most everybody being in Toronto. So it's not enough for Miller, the Minister for Education, to say they are cutting down international students. For it cannot be all the provinces, because some provinces still have the high demand for immigrants or international students to come and start up their life there, because when they are done with their professional courses, it's a lead way to PRO, to permanent residence. So that's why I think New Brunswick is not in support of the new policies, because accommodation is not a problem in New Brunswick. And then the immigration minister came up with the new policy. Some provinces are still confused up till now. If the provinces are confused, what do you expect of the schools that is supposed to offer admission to the students? From what we are hearing now, international students' admission process have been pegged. What I mean, it has been put on hold till end of March 2024, because I think the different provinces, they are meeting and trying to bring out the best option that will favor them. So, but what about those who have applied for colleges, those who have applied for programs that may start in spring? Because I know some schools bring in new students in January. That's winter, spring, summer, and fall. That's for the colleges. Whereas the universities, majority of the universities have two types of admission, which is winter and fall. Either you come in January or you come in by September. So I don't know how this is going to affect those who already have, excuse me, those who already have their applications with IROCC, or the school have offered them admission, because the process of students' admission is to first of all look for a school that will offer you admission for your choice of a course or career, and then thereafter you proceed to pay school fees to the school. And then after paying school fees, the school sends you an invoice, and that invoice is what you now put together plus your admission letter. You join all together and upload to IROCC after you have met all the criteria. Now, some of these students now, they don't even know what to do. Their admission is put on hold, or IROCC have put on hold everything that has to do with students' applications. We don't know, but they said March ending. So it means that those that are intending to come to colleges in Canada for spring admission, they may not be able to meet up. And we're also hearing now that if you have applied, you need to print out the web form, you fill the web form, and you have to make sure that your school is accredited. So many problems here and there, everybody is confused. Again, if they say the immigration minister came up with the new policy, some provinces are still confused up till now. So what do you expect the school that is offering the admission for international students to do? What do you also expect the students who are supposed to be the prospective students, let me put it that way, they are not students yet, or prospective international students who are about to come here? So there's a lot of confusion here and there. We also have it in news that Nova Scotia is trying to understand the policy. They do not understand the policy. International students may have issues with the attestation letters issues. So these attestation letters issues is a new policy. International students now need to provide attestation letters as part of their credentials to be uploaded to IROCC. And then Abata Education Minister, that's my province, he intends to meet with Minister Millian. So it means the Minister for Education in Abada is still also confused. He's still intending to meet with Minister Millian, and this is February. So if we don't start settling issues of admission for spring, summer for colleges, and then for September, my country, for example, if Canada says students' visa is being taken care of within 8 weeks, it's not like that for Nigeria. Maybe because we have too many people applying to come here. I don't know what the problem is. Most applications takes like 6 months for IROCC to respond to you. It may be backlog. I don't know what the problem is. People want to come here for conferences for January. At the end of the day, they have done biometrics since November or October. There is no response. The conferences have passed. What is going to happen to such people? And then if you look at what British Columbia is saying, that they want to sanitize all private schools in all private schools for the new policy, and the schools are also confused. So if they say they want to sanitize all private schools, how did these people get the certification or license that they're using to run the school? Is it now they want to sanitize? Are they going to close the school? If they close the school, what happens to the students that are already in there? And what happens to the international students that have also applied to such schools? Prince Edward Island, the province will work out a new policy to meet up with the new dispensation. So Prince Edward Island, I think they're also confused. They're going to work out something to meet up with the new policy. Okay, when you talk about Saskatchewan is not understanding how to go about it yet. I got all this from the news. Saskatchewan is not understanding how to go about it yet. Visa application process have been put on hold till 31st of March. And that is not a plus for international students from countries like Nigeria, where if you are going in for September admission, as in fall admission for 2024, you are supposed to start your applications 2023. Okay? And then maybe highest you start by January, because before the school will reply you, you are not the only one applying, and they are not going to push everybody's application away to attend to you. So how do we go about this? What is our advice for international students? Are they going to apply and just sit down? Now they said until 31st of March, everything should be put on hold. So everybody is confused. We that live in Canada, parents and friends, family friends, children who want to school here, especially in my case, I was a lecturer at University of Benin for 10 years. So I have students who passed through me when I was in Nigeria before I relocated here 11 years ago. I also have family friends who will call me and ask me that, oh, please, can you help us check the school around your area? Oh, how can we apply? Can you help us send the link, send the login for University of Alberta, send the link for NATE, send the link for Northwest, send the links for University of Vancouver, send the list of University of Toronto. So we don't even know. The applications have been put on hold. Is it the school that is putting admission letters on hold? Is it IROCC that is not supposed to process international students' applications from now to March? So I don't even know. When people call me to ask me, I have no answer for them. That's by the way. Now, apply for attestation, raise a web form, and attach to your applications. This is new for students' admission. And this thing is going to make many students to lose their admission spot, and they may not even know that they are expected to write a deferment letter to the school, so the school can keep the admission for them until things are sorted out. So most colleges are not qualified to approve family visa for studies. Now, the issue of coming to Canada for studies in colleges, they have strapped out family visa as part of the package that is supposed to go with. If you are coming here as a married woman to study or as a married man, in the past, there was eligibility for spouse to come with the principal applicant. Principal applicant is the person that got admission to the school, and all the children are supposed to come with them with genuine visa. While the spouse is working with open work permit, the children can go to school. That was in the past. Now, from this year, colleges admission or visa does not cover family for you to come and study here with your family, but you can still come. And you have to get the attestation form. You do the web or whatever. Make sure that the school is accredited and all those things. And then we also have provinces are now ready to reject the new policy as regards study cap for prospective international students for Canada. Provinces are ready to reject the cap. That cap is the issue of Canada giving study visa to 900,000 students, 2023, and that's the first time it was happening. And now they said there is a cap. Instead of the number to increase, the number is decreasing to 360,000 students as prospective students. Even the 360,000, now they said all applications have been put on hold till 31st of March. I mean, this is crazy. The international students are getting confused. And in the case of Nigeria, is a special case because the dollar to naira is so high now. The students don't even know where to get dollars from. We don't know if CBN is still giving them dollars when Emefiele is having issues now. The former CBN governor, who is facing crisis right now, was the one that brought out policy of, oh, you can get dollars through CBN, you can do this, you can do that. The whole thing is very confusing. And we that are here, we keep getting calls from parents. We don't even have answers to them because I don't even know what is going on. I must be honest. Excuse me, please. Let me. Why is he calling at this time? Today I told him not to call. Hello? Sorry, this is after 12. Can we talk in the morning, please? I told you yesterday, this is a wrong time. This is 12:27 now. So, I'm sorry. So, the issue of the attestation letter, that's a still call coming from Nigeria because this is the time people want to find out from you, oh, what's going on. I am not a policy maker. I only listen to news and I use it to vlog news. I use it to do my videos, and the few things I'm able to hear from the news, I do further research on it. I use it to develop my video. Like I said, most of my videos, they are educational videos, and they are also like me creating awareness or being an advocate. You know, I'm not a policy maker. I did not make the rule, okay? So the attestation letter from government shows that's the issue of attestation letter. Is a new policy. You must have this attestation letter attached to your document when you are uploading to IRCC. If you have already uploaded, you still need to get the attestation letter and develop it and make sure that you complete it and upload it to IRCC. That attestation letter is from government. It's from government, shows that your school has been contacted to confirm if they are on the borderline of admission number. So when a school is on the borderline of admission number, it means like schools in Toronto, you really need to find out if the school can still bring in people, because the total number of students in Ontario is higher than any other province. And if there's anyone who is applying to school in Canada, if you ask me for advice, I'll tell you to look away from Ontario. And if you must do Ontario, do cities like Thunder Bay or other cities that are not congested. Yes, don't do Toronto. Go to other cities. Go to New Brunswick. Go to Yukon. Go to Newfoundland. Go to Prince Edward Island. Go to Saskatchewan. Go to Alberta. So you will still find spots there. Maybe they have not reached their benchmark. That's what they mean by confirm if they are on the borderline of admission number. Any school that is on the borderline of admission number, that is already a minus for you. You may be refused visa because the school has reached borderline. Attestation letter is now compulsory. That attestation letter, search for it in IRCC if you are processing a student visa. Then Ontario has a lot of international students. We are not just talking, but we are talking by statistics. I will advise you apply to other provinces. I repeat. Looking at the statistics, the 2023 international students admission and visa issuance was really on the high side. We are still talking about Toronto, Ontario. Now, Canadian universities confirmed 68% of tuition was paid by international students. So at the end of the day, Canada universities, they need international students. Let's be realistic, because they pay 65% of the total tuition that comes to the school. Where international students is paying $38,000, the local students, like the resident students, may be paying total of $4,000. So you see the difference is so much. So saying that you don't want international students in Canada is not going to be a plus to some provinces, because if Toronto is congested, New Brunswick is not congested, Newfoundland is not congested. So it is wrong for them to start rejecting international students. So Miller promised to distribute the slots accordingly, but I am afraid Ontario may not be allowed to take international students. Small towns and students may be affected. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed to see what they come out with. I think Minister Miller is meeting with all the ministers of education in the different provinces, and they have promised that by 31st of March, we will get the new updates. But before then, I will advise those who have already applied, who are waiting for responses from IRCC, to just be patient. After March 31st, they will start treating international students' files. And I'm sure they will find a way to speed it up so that those who are coming in for the next academic year, which starts by September for universities, there are colleges who also have new intakes that come in around April. I'm sure they will be able to sort all of this out. But end of the day, I wish you all the best. And don't forget, Canada is still the best for you to come for your international studies. If you really can afford it, or your parents can afford it, I advise you to come to Canada. Don't give up, because Canada is one country that when you come here to study professional courses, especially courses around the healthcare, computer science, tech hub, engineering, medicine, nursing, teaching, education, and all other courses that are on demand, is a lead way to your PR. You don't want to go to a country where you finish spending so much money and they have no plans for you for after studies. I mean, if you also have a study permit that is over 4 years, you can continue with your graduate school program, and you can also extend your work permit. But make sure that when you are applying for your work permit, you apply between 6 months or 3 months to when the study permit will expire. Don't wait for your study permit to expire. If you intend to continue studying here, you want to go to graduate school, make sure you renew, you apply early, so that the number of months, assuming they say it takes 3 to 4 months before they can approve your study permit extension, so that you still be in the range and you won't be in the borderline. All the same, I wish you all the best. Good luck in your search, and we expect you guys in Canada. We wish you all the best, and if this is your first time of watching my video, remember to hit the like button and also subscribe. Share the video so that we can create awareness for prospective international students to Canada. Thank you. My name remains Waira Yusuf. Thank you so much.